have Guy Stear joining in from Societe Generale, and he's with us from Paris. Thanks so much, Guy, for taking this call. For now, the complete reversal is playing out, the reverse trade, you know, the main trade, if I could say that. Which way do you see this going as we get into Thursday?
Well, I think you're right. We've had an enormous bounce, and you can see that particularly in sterling, which has been more or less the most traded way of people to express their view. We're almost back to the sort of peak levels we were at in terms of cable, the sterling versus the dollar over the month of trading range before the polls. I think the feeling in the markets right now is it isn't going to happen. So people are sort of very comfortable, and perhaps maybe a little bit too comfortable, because I think that we're going to still see quite a bit of volatility between now and Thursday.
So if we don't get an exit vote, what does that mean for equities?
Well, I think we've had such a good rally in the past couple of days that if we sort of inch higher in the next 24 hours, probably that's what the market is discounting right now. So you could see us maybe go another 2-3% higher, but I think that we're sort of positioned in terms of the bounce that we've had just in the past couple of days of assuming that everything is fine and the vote is going to pass, that the UK will still be in. Maybe we could see European stock indices going back to around 3,100. Back to sort of the peak levels we saw at the end of May, but we're sort of halfway back to the middle of the range we've seen. So I think a lot of good news has actually been discounted in the past couple of sessions.
Yeah, we've seen that big rally play out. I don't know, Guy, if you do have a view on India, if you track what goes on here in this market, but we've had a very eventful weekend with a lot of talk about what happens when Governor Rajan sort of, steps down as the chief of the central bank. What's your call on whether that event has any bearing on which way, the investor view, the foreign view on India plays out?
Well, I think it depends very much on who he's replaced by and what kind of signals both the government and the central bank give after we have a new RBI governor. I mean, I think what the international investors are looking for is a still strong commitment from India in terms of controlling inflation. And a sort of structural commitment in terms of controlling inflation. India has looked very good, I think, over the past 6 to 12 months in terms of its monetary governance, in terms of its relative to the rest of the emerging market group. Rajan has been part of that equation, and I think to convince the international investors that India is still a good place to put money, that needs to still come out in terms of the restructuring of the central bank.
All right. Many thanks for joining us on the show. Good talking to you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, so that's a global view on, of course, what equities might do in the near term and, of course, what the call is on India. Let's now